Texas head coach Mac Brown and now former Texas A&M coach Dennis Franchione made a great deal more than their faculty counterparts at their respective schools. While that doesn't surprise anyone, something that might is the difference when it comes to high school. Dripping Springs High School is a 4A school just outside of Austin, and like most of Texas, their football coach makes more than the other teachers.
Football coaches as well as teachers are paid on the same scale. And then in addition to that, different districts do it differently in Texas, and I'm quite certain around the country, but the difference is generally the additional stipends that are paid.
Through that stipend, head coaches in the state of Texas on average in football made over $70,000 a year in 2005 compared to just over $40,000 for other faculty. Though the difference is vast, one football coach feels the extra hours put into football makes it worth it.
During the season, coaches work minimum 80 hours a week. We actually start coming up here about the middle of July. And so, we kind of tell our families goodbye till November or December, depending on if you make the playoffs.
A current assistant principal and former teacher agrees with Tuck's reasoning.
But I know for a fact that these guys are working tremendous hours during their seasons.
However, the principal doesn't feel that explanation works.
Band actually puts in more hours, band directors, because they can actually begin earlier than football can.
At least when in relation to other states, Tuck knows there's more time put in on football.
I've had several friends that have coached just in neighboring states, Louisiana and New Mexico being the two, and they in fact don't work nearly as many hours as we do.
When comparing Texas with another large football-dominated state, Florida, Texas has a commanding lead when comparing the coaches' salaries from large 4A or 5A schools. The leader in Texas made over $100,000, while Florida's highest is just over $90,000. On the low end, the lowest-paid football coach makes a little over $42,000, while in Florida, that number is under $25,000. Like college, high school coaches are out doing the same things like building relationships with their athletes.
I think good coaches work really hard and can influence a lot of kids and actually can influence the whole culture of a school, and they're definitely worth the stipend that they get paid.
And perhaps that is the best argument of them all. Jesse Arendt, Texas News Watch.